Can Robert Saleh stick with Wilson through another loss? We're talking about Zach Wilson, the new quarterback of the New York Jets ever since Aaron Rodgers went down there 4 plays into the first game of the season. And Zach Wilson has sucked ever since. He's been really, really bad. On the season, he is completing 52% of his passes, has thrown for only 467 yards, 2 touchdowns, I believe 4 interceptions, and has a 57 rating. His rating and his completion percentage has gone down every year since his rookie year, and it started pretty low to begin with.
Can I read you a crazy stat?
Yes.
I found today. I got to show you. Okay, these are we're going to compare 2 stats: Zach Wilson and
Player B.
Player B. We'll say Player B.
Yeah.
Zach Wilson, as a starter, 8-14, 70 passer rating, 15 touchdowns, 6.4 yards per attempt.
Okay.
Player B, 7 wins, 15 losses, 70 passer rating, 16 touchdowns, and 6.34. Nearly identical.
Who's that player? Is he any good?
He's Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah, that's such a terrible guy to be compared to. That your stats are...
You're as bad as Jamarcus Russell, who is the biggest bust of all time.
Yeah, okay. I mean, Zach Wilson is terrible. The point here is, though, how long is Robert Saleh going to let this happen? Because reports came out this week, I'm going to read a couple of them, that Robert Saleh is at risk of losing the locker room over loyalty to Zach Wilson. The defense in particular is not happy, and tensions are on the rise and ready to implode. It seems as Saleh seems like a Zach Wilson apologist, and there's a quote from whoever the source is for this tweet from Rich Cimini. This defense knows that if any other player were performing his job the way Wilson is performing his, that player would be benched. So their locker room's done with this. They went through this last year. They had all this hype in the offseason. They can't control the Rodgers thing.
Yeah, that's his bad luck.
But now to hear Saleh over and over again stamp his approval on Zach Wilson and go to the podium and say this guy gives us the best shot to win, we're obviously not buying it. Their own team isn't buying it, and there's a lot. You can feel the tension watching this team play, watching this sideline. Everyone knows this is not the guy, and we all have to pretend like he is.
Yeah, I don't know why I understand he drafted him. This is like his quarterback that he picked, but dude, if you want to win a championship, you can't do it with Zach Wilson. If you want to make this team still believe in you, you can't do it with Zach Wilson. This team's they've gone through this shit before. They've gone through before. That's why there's no leeway as far as the player side. Like, no, we know what he is. We don't need it. We don't need you to tell me what he is on the podium. We know what he is on the field, and he's not good.
And they could lose this division fast. You can't play this game too long because, I mean, at 1-2, they did steal that win early, which is very, very helpful.
Yeah.
But the Dolphins are 3-0. The Bills are 2-1, and they both look like they're going to be very good this year. And you can't really afford to waste much time. You got to get going. You got to start winning games. Their next 5 games are tough. Here are the next 5 games. They play Chiefs at home.
Loss.
Yeah. Then they go to the Then they have I got mixed up. Then they play the Broncos in Denver.
That depends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they host the Eagles.
Loss.
Then they go to the Giants, a little easier. Then they go to the Chargers.
Loss.
Okay, and then Raiders, Bills, Dolphins, and it gets really tough. But, I mean, you can't keep losing these games, and it sounds like the locker room's not going to let you. The veteran here needs to stand up. The veterans at the locker room need to stand up.
He comes out and throws 164 yards, 0 touchdowns and 1 pick. I don't know how you get behind a podium and speak to these men you're trying to lead. Hey, this guy who is not good on the field, he's good. Believe me. Like, trust me, he's good. No, he's not, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if he plays bad, I don't know how he keeps the locker room, let alone keeps Zach Wilson a starter. I don't.
I mean, let's. They're gonna lose to the Chiefs.
I
mean, the Chiefs are gonna just their defense is very good.
They're also powered by Swifties.
Yes. Also, Taylor Swift's gonna be in the house. It's gonna be a party. I mean, this defense is gonna show up because that's who they are.
Yeah.
And so maybe the Chiefs aren't running up like they did on the Bears last week.
Yeah.
But just the Jets are having such a hard time scoring because this is a really good defense they're playing. Again, they've played hard defenses to start the season with the Bills, Cowboys, Patriots. And this is just another one of those, and it's going to be a party in New York, but the other way around with the visiting team.
Yeah, this is a primetime game, so there is no hiding. Everyone will be watching.
Yeah, I think this if they lose really badly and he looks as bad as he's looked, I can't imagine he does another week of this.
I think
Start Trevor Siemian.
Just do it. He might not be great, but he's not as bad as Zach Wilson. There's no starting quarterback as bad as Zach Wilson.
And I'll say it again, please. If you're listening, Joe Douglas, that is, or if you're listening, Robert, you probably aren't. You're probably out to dinner with
Zach.
Like,
I love you, man. Hey, I love you, dude.
Please call my boy. Please call Carson. This is his ship.
Yeah.
This is meant to be.
You could do that. You could believe that.
This is the redemption story we've all been waiting for.
This is a movie if he does that kind of stuff.
That'd be fantastic. Most likely it's Trevor Siemian.
Yeah.
I hear Kaepernick's not very good. Yeah, I mean, okay.
Yeah, okay.
Kaepernick.
Okay.
J. Cole, I heard is.
Yeah, we'll move on.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, we'll see. Hopefully one more game of them getting just spanked and Joe Namath and Jets Nation and Fireman Dave, Fireman
Joe.
What the hell's his name?
Fireman Joe.
Fireman Joe, is that his name? Hopefully they just don't let it happen anymore. And they stop Joe Douglas and they stop Robert Saleh from wasting another season of this talented roster.
Yeah.